gotta get that red thing on my head. See? On my bald head I can see it says REC, record.
Yeah.
Okay, timer. So, oh man, we're gonna go overtime now.
That's alright.
Clock, timer, boom!
So, episode 22.
Episode 22.
We're only 4 episodes of a full slate.
Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to episode 22 of
Down the Cabana.
Down the Cabana.
Only 4 episodes short of a full slate.
Well, you know,
That's pretty good for our first year attempt, I'd say.
yeah,
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks as a show,
Well,
but
hey, listen, there's no accounting for taste.
although today we have taste. We mentioned this last time, but today we will open it.
Yes.
The Manutea
Yeah, sure.
From Tahiti.
Tahitian rum, right?
Tahitian rum.
And you already tried this.
Yeah, there, but the bottle has not been opened.
So you
and it's
know
got this cool little deal about the history of this guy
Who made this?
that he donated all this land, stuff, something like that. I don't remember exactly. But I remember the girl working there, she liked that story as well. My wife liked the image of this bottle and the taste.
Oh, your wife liked the taste.
No, she doesn't like the taste of booze, especially without anything fruity. The taste is very different on this one.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's different.
I like different.
Did
I
you
do
hear
like that sound. That's a great sound.
Smell. It's very different.
That's rum?
Yeah. Oh, and that reminds me of something I got to tell you.
Oh.
We'll start out light.
Okay.
Just try to get. It's just so different. That was part of the reason why I got it.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Cheers.
It smells like, I don't know.
It has a funky smell to it.
I mean, not funky like
This
gross,
is
but
this is the stuff that is organic, and it's made from the stuff grown right there, not from one of the other wines. You don't like it. Oh no! Now we don't. You know, we can move on to something else.
let it
Let it sit for a bit.
let it sit. So you're tired from last night, and we're not
Yes.
talking about Mrs.
Yes.
Cabana.
No, the reason why I'm tired is because my sister is coming to visit,
Nice. I love Rita.
and it's bad enough I always put off doing my continuing education for my CCB license.
Yeah.
I always put it off till last minute, but then I realized, once she gets here, I'm not gonna have any time to go through 8 hours of video and tests.
She's an adult.
No.
Rita,
She
you are an adult, and sometimes
she's an
adults
adult.
have to do hard things.
Well,
And that
anyhow,
is entertain
so
themselves.
basically last night I went through all 8 hours.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I passed all the tests,
Congratulations.
and I somehow stayed up to about 2:30 doing all of that.
Congratulations. Now you're tired. Now you don't have time for me. That's real great.
It's just very different. That's part of the reason why I got it. It's not my favorite rum, no. I'll grant you that, but it's got a totally different taste to it.
Let's try it with ice. Maybe ice will help. Let's try it with ice.
You don't have to like it.
No, let's try it with ice.
Okay, hang on.
And let's try it with ice. I've tried some things that aren't the best neat. But you get a little bit of water in there, you get a little bit of water, it opens up, and maybe it's...
Is that what it does?
Yeah.
It opens up?
Yeah, it opens up. But I will say this: it's much better than the
The Egyptian.
the Egyptian rum.
No, I grant you, because the other rums tasted more like rum. This one tastes like, I can't can't say it. I have no idea. It's a totally different taste profile.
I need to answer this. I'm really sorry.
We're going to pause this, boys and girls.
I told
this
you
needs to be turned more towards you anyhow.
to just sell me one box. Because I want to know the cost. I'm not even going to say this. Fuck.
Oh! Good thing that was edited out.
Did you actually pause it?
No.
Oh.
I just turned it.
Well, here's the thing, right? I've been trying to sell this king salmon. I can't sell it. Well, I told Jared to send me a box because he can actually now send it to me. He got the whatever code he needs from the federal government to ship stuff. And he wasn't going to do it. And I told him, just send me to, I'll pay for it. Like don't worry about the money. I'll give you the money. And I'm giving you more than anyone else. And so Christina came down and showed me that Barb is selling 5 of his king salmon on the internet, on Facebook. So, I don't care.
Right.
It doesn't really, bother me, but he didn't even ask.
Right.
We're supposed to be, somewhat business partners. He didn't even ask. Hey, I know you haven't sold this, but do you want me to send you a box like you asked? I caught 5 on Saturday.
Right.
He didn't even send it. So I was like, oh, you caught some king salmon today, huh? He's like, yeah, I caught 5 on Saturday. I'm like, cool. He's like, yeah. He's like, now I got to sell them. And I'm like, it's cool. I haven't sold the ones I have yet. Just happy to hear that you're catching some. He's like, thanks. And then he's like, you got to start spitting some game, boy.
Well.
Anyways, sorry about that.
Do you have a business card?
No.
Okay. I'll,
Can I sling it at your church?
Sure, you can do whatever.
That just feels wrong to me. Cheers.
Here's to feeling wrong.
I do feel wrong often. It tastes different with ice.
It does. It does.
And it's actually a little bit delicious. You see? Sometimes you just need to put some cold ice on the subject. And everything...
Oh, I know a few people that need some cold ice on them. They need to be thrown on cold ice.
Yeah.
And put in a box.
Yeah. And shipped across the country and sold in pieces.
So anyhow, I did my continuing ed.
Well, congratulations.
It's obviously not that hard because I was able to do it half asleep. Mm-hmm. But you have to be awake because between every chapter on the video, it stops and asks you questions. Yeah. You gotta answer them right.
Well,
so
those up.
I'm going to be legit again for another year or two. Nah, 2 years because I have to do it every other year.
It's like those classes we have to take at work, like security and the HR. And you can just...
Oh, HR. Yeah, that's a joke.
You can test out of them by just answering 6 questions. And I actually failed one of them.
Oh.
Because it was like, you have to answer 10, and if you get 80%, and I missed 3. But I think I tested out the year before, so I haven't actually taken the class in 2 or 3 years. So then it just makes you take the sections of the questions that you missed, and then you just answer them at the end.
Oh.
Bullshit. Complete bullshit.
Yeah.
And the company I work for is Micron. Just in case somebody's watching.
Yeah.
Apple. I work at Apple.
That guy that it's just up really late. I need to find something to help me go to sleep.
No.
Yeah. Try the CCB test. That'll make you go to sleep. Oh, okay. So on my original, this buckle is where you touch it in to make it release. So every time I bump up against the bar, it unbuckles
Let me see
my
your belt.
pants. Well, it's part of the pants.
Oh.
See? Boom.
Oh, and so you can't take it off your pants.
Well, I can. I did off of one, and then I realized, I actually need a belt. Anyhow, my original test, it was very funny. Because this was before they did, it's 30 years ago. It was before they even had continuing ed. Mm-hmm. And so I had to go down there to the place and go through all these classes for I don't remember how many days. And there were never any tests. It was just you had to sit in that class and pay attention. Well, I guess I had been up really late the day before or something. I was just really tired.
I wonder what he was doing.
I was just really tired. And so he's talking about, stuff that does not involve roofing. It had to do with, you got to have if you're going to build, you got to have X amount of wetland area, and you got to, that kind of stuff. And so I am nodding off during this whole time. and just constantly just kind of like this, and wouldn't you know it, that was the one class they gave us a test.
Oh.
And I just about shit my pants. I was like, oh no, because I was sleeping almost the whole time. But what was so funny is I'm taking the test, and there was actually a few technical questions, not just like, okay, you're building the wetland area because A, you don't give a shit, B, you just have a fetish for water, or C, you're trying to do something good for the environment. Oh, let me guess, C. So it's not questions like that. There were some technical ones. And on almost every question, I would come to the question, and it was the one part that when we were watching the film, I went,
So you knew it.
and exactly! I woke up just at those times for those questions.
So this is where you can say somebody wanted you to pass that test.
Oh, there is a God. Is that what you say? Or
Well, I don't like to invoke that because
I do.
I just feel wrong. But you should invoke that.
I
You
should.
absolutely should.
I should.
You should.
Ignore the irresponsibility of falling asleep
Yes.
while they're showing me that film.
Yes.
But I really didn't expect to take a test, and it doesn't involve me. I'm just doing roof repairs.
Yeah.
I don't need to know
I have to
that
fill
kind
out.
of stuff.
I have to pay another dollars to the Beaverton City,
Another dollars?
like $50 or whatever for
Oh.
a business license. I think I have to do that.
Oh yeah.
That's
Business license.
And
I've got the Metro license, so it covers a whole bunch of cities.
Oh.
Yeah.
and Spokane, my favorite place in the world, they are now instituting a system
A
where
slumlord system.
yes, where you have to officially sign you have to have a business if you're going to rent a place, okay?
Yeah.
Which I do, so that's fine.
I'm listening. I got a couple texts too.
But then you also now have to register those doors and pay a fee. If you don't do that, if there is a dispute in the courts, they will automatically side with the renter because you didn't follow the rules.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is nonsense.
Is it? I want to say it's nonsense.
Well, you need to follow the rules. I'll admit it, but the state is always ready and willing to go against the business owner. They're just ready to go against the business owner unless you're a huge corporation that skids the grease. The grease is the skids.
Yeah, greases the skids. I was thinking about this, and at first, I was quite perturbed. Perturbed, right?
That
Perturbed.
means upset, boys and girls.
Yes,
perturbed.
I was quite perturbed. Not just perturbed.
It's
but
not a
quite,
drink.
but quite perturbed.
I'm actually kind of perturbed about this now that I think about it. It's,
Not very good.
it's not as good as when I had tasted a whole bunch of them. It's just very, very different. But anyhow, you were quite perturbed.
And then I started to think about it. Okay, what in the other than money? So maybe this is a pure money play. Okay, maybe it's a pure money play. And if that's the case, then fuck the city. But perhaps there have been enough incidents, right, where people who truly are like slumlords are renting their basement and like doing things that are underboard, like not above board, and then trying to fleece those people also because they know they can't afford to go to court.
Right.
And so by doing this, you're basically legitimizing the fact that you're a business, right?
Right.
Because before this, like anybody could just rent someplace without being a business, right? And just screw somebody over and maybe go to court or maybe not, right? Now they're saying, okay, if you want to actually like do this as a business and claim things and do things, then you need to basically declare it by paying a small fee. It's like $100 or something per door, like something like not very expensive. Otherwise, any complaints, sorry, that's on you guys.
Right.
So that's maybe fair.
Right.
I don't know. Right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Like, I know I want to be a slumlord and take advantage of people and just rape them for their money. But, like, the kind-hearted soul inside somewhere, I mean, I'm swimming for it for sure. But, like, if you're renting through a rental service, and these people are just jack-offs and they never fix anything, and you try to take them to small claims court and they just gum it up, right? And they're not doing it the right way,
right?
Then maybe you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still, it sucks.
I know.
It's more work.
It's so difficult for us.
I know.
You know, it's funny, you mentioned something that reminded me of a little funny thing that I said the other day that I thought was funny, but my daughter didn't think was funny.
We're talking about your daughter.
So,
Chelsea, I do like you. I'm not saying that
she's
because
not
I
watching
don't
this.
like you.
You
I
can
know,
say you
but
don't like
if for sure
so
you saw this, I like you. I think you just have, different attitudes towards things.
So she was talking about, a friend of hers, that there was a situation with this group of people in this work environment, and it was like
Teacher, right? Teacher.
well, not in that, it's different.
Okay.
And with this friend that was, because it's a friend that's in this other work environment.
Okay.
That there was something that was really like on that level of sexual harassment.
Okay.
And so this person went and said something to the higher ups. Went, oh, that doesn't sound like so and so. And so now there's this awkward of and so I told Chelsea, I said, well, that's why I've always liked being on the giving end of sexual harassment. She didn't think that was funny. I thought it was funny.
I find it quite humorous.
Obviously, you humored.
Yes, I did. But
you need some more of something. Gosh, I just gotta let my pants fall down.
All right. Yeah. What else are we drinking? Sorry, man. But hey, it's good to broaden your horizons.
And you cannot buy this. There's now reason why, but you cannot buy this in the United States.
Listen.
Los Estados Unidos.
So far, I think of all the things you brought, only 3 things have not, 2 things have been absolutely disgusting. But it's a great story, and we talk about it all the time. Yeah. And 1, maybe not so great. If you're playing baseball, dude, you're in the Hall of Fame. So.
That's probably why I don't like baseball. You really don't have to be that good.
No, what I'm saying is you've only struck out once, really.
Right.
Of all the things you brought.
Okay.
So that's a good, why not?
Because
I don't know if this is good either.
I have a very good friend. Well, we'll see how very good he. Gosh, I'm so tired of this. Okay. Anyhow, what is this? This is
18.
Brought to you by Bruegel 1888.
It was rum.
Dang.
I was talking with my wife.
See what happens? My pants start to go down. They snag on the drawer. Dogs and cats sleeping together.
Ooh, I wonder what that would make. That would make quite a freakish thing. Anyways.
A dat?
I was on...
Or a cog?
A cog. I was on the interwebs, and I saw this.
Interwebs.
And next to it, it had a lantern. So I thought it came in a lantern. And I showed it to my wife, and she was like, ooh, that looks like it belongs in the Cabana. And I said, yes, it does. She's like, you should buy that for him for Christmas. So...
Christmas is early.
Christmas is early. And I found it.
I should probably rinse these out.
Yeah, you should. It did not have the lantern, but it had the cool netting. And, yeah.
Well, we are going to give it a taste test, sir.
And we'll see if this is any good.
Here, let me get a little paper towel here. Wipe off our glasses. It's got water on the outside.
Did I tell you that I got
I have no idea if this was my glass or your glass, so I hope you don't mind my germs.
Okay. Did I tell you that I got a whiskey advent calendar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I missed the last 3 days, unfortunately.
Okay.
1888. It is the color of rum, unlike messing.
Okay, here's the thing. This is true. With rum, tequila,
it's all
whiskey.
White. It's all white.
No. It's all about the barrel.
Yeah.
The soaking and the storage in the barrel. The silvers are good, but they're not as good as...
Yes, but also I think rum is made with sugar, right? Like the different kinds of sugar, if you make it with brown sugar or cane sugar or whatever, like that doesn't have as much of an influence as whiskey when it's made with barley or rye or wheat.
Whatever. You're going to try to tell me whiskey is something special.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you just say whiskey, right, and you brew it before the barrel, there's a very distinct flavor profile between corn and barley and rye and wheat.
Well, there
right?
is with rums too, because you've got different ways of making it. Because some have
sugar and sugar and sugar.
No. Because I went to a class on this once. I've already forgotten it all, but it was amazing how you get the different flavors, because it's first and foremost about the plant that you use in making it.
Yeah, the sugar.
And then it's about how you distill it, because there are different means of distilling it. And then it's a matter of how you age it.
So there are two ways to distill: a pot still or a high efficiency still.
No, I saw 3 ways.
No, what's the?
But okay, here's the thing. Let's forget all of this nonsense.
Okay.
I was here was a funny little thing that I did to the fetching missus.
Okay. Let's try this.
Here's 2 funny little things to your fetching missus.
This smells like rum. Actually, it doesn't really.
That smells better than the other stuff. Yeah.
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 Cheers.
Good selection. Wish you were here with us. We
Okay,
do have guests occasionally.
So we went to Liz's play, and when we were waiting for the play, that was when I said my little joke to Chelsea that she didn't like. But where the hell was I going with this?
I don't know.
Oh, so after the play,
Okay.
I was going to bring Julie, the fetching missus, back home because she's not a late night person, and there was still yet a party for me to go to.
Whose party?
Rick and Eric. They had
You said you were going to invite me next time.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't here anyways, but you didn't ask.
No, because I knew you weren't here.
Yeah, because you picked up all my packages.
So anyhow, I was going to bring Julie home, but the thing is their place is basically on the way home. And it was late. It was like, 10:30 or something when the play was over. And it's just like, come on, babe, just do it. And so she caved. And so we went to their party. It was already winding down because it was now, between 10:30 and 11. But anyhow, so I'm there talking to Eric. His birthday was just recently. Happy birthday, belated birthday, Eric. And so they went to Vegas.
Okay.
He and Rick went to Vegas. They discovered a place. And I now kind of want to go to Vegas. He said, this place is worth going to.
Okay.
Just go to Vegas just for this place.
Wow.
He said it was this undescript warehouse, and you go in, and it's like you're at a carnival. There are different rooms with different things going on, different acts, and it's a distillery. And here's the bizarro thing. They're making rum, and it is completed and done 2 days. 2 days. And he tasted it, and he said it tasted like aged rum. And I forget what he said they do that makes it like it's aged rum.
They add something to it at the end, like liquid smoke.
I don't know what they do, but he said it was very good rum, and you wouldn't know that it was 2 days old.
What other kind of depravities are in these rooms?
Well, it's Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I see.
Yeah. You're already on bag 2? What time is it? Oh. No, that's a different. Oh, yeah, we're almost at 30. We're almost at 30 minutes.
This is going to be, Friends always has, Christina and Baby are watching Friends.
So
it's always the something, something, something. This is the episode where Dana lost his pants.
My wife and I, when we're done with Hitchcock, I think we're going to watch Friends because neither one of us ever watched Friends.
Really?
I haven't seen one episode.
Well, thank your lucky stars, sir.
I know. I saw part of an episode once, and I went, I don't care. It just looks like stupid stories with stupid people. And, Seinfeld was different. They touched on every subject. It was highbrow comedy and lowbrow comedy. it was slapstick, and it was verbal.
Yeah, to be fair, I have watched every episode.
I've watched every episode of Seinfeld more than once.
No, I watched every episode of Friends, but I traded episode for episode of Deep Space Nine.
Oh, okay, to make up for it.
Well, she watched Deep Space Nine. I watched Friends.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I suffered, she suffered. We suffered together.
That's what makes a good marriage. Suffering together.
What happens when one person suffers more?
That one person thinks they suffer more, but a lot of times they really don't.
You think so?
No. I know so.
How do you conclude that?
No.
Verifiable.
Well,
And if both people are suffering, then why should they continue to suffer?
oh, man, I'm so tired of this. Every time I bump up against this.
This is the episode where Dana lost his pants. You should just put that on the bottom. Down the
I might as well
Mandible,
just take 'em
episode
off.
20. You might as well.
No, it's cold out here, man. I'd have to put that heater down lower.
Then you might.
Yeah, then Mr. Muscle would wake up again, and we don't want that.
So
Not on
two
camera.
people are suffering. How long should the suffering last?
It shouldn't last. We're not going to go down this avenue. That's for when the show is over.
Oh, is that
Yes.
so? I haven't listened to, what day is it today? The Tuesday?
Well, today's actually Tuesday.
Yeah, today's actually Tuesday, but you folk meaning one, see this episode on Thursday. So as of Tuesday, there's no school this week. So normally, when I take the kids to school, I listen to the President's Daily Brief.
Oh, I haven't listened to it for a while. I'm sorry, I'm behind on
And
that.
I haven't listened to it, but I know there's this Houthi thing where they keep like stealing ships in the sea, in the Red Sea or whatever. You don't know about that?
No.
So there's I think it's the Red Sea, right? It's Red Sea where all the cargo ships come through from China.
Right. There's all kinds of seas, and that's something I don't understand because they always say sail the 7 seas. There's a lot more than
But when
7.
they say 7 seas, that means 7 oceans. Seas is replaced by
there's-
oceans. But the other seas aren't
Okay,
oceans.
fine.
Anyways, so there's this place where the Houthis, which are some militants that are funded by Iran, are taking cargo
what
ships.
bad people are not funded by Iran?
I don't know.
I'm surprised that they haven't tried to say that Trump is funded by Iran.
Let's start that rumor.
Let's start that rumor.
Yes.
Yes.
You heard it here first. I'm down the Cabana.
Yeah.
Trump is
funded by Iran.
By Iran.
Iran.
Yeah.
I remember I knew some Iranians, just lovely people.
Yeah.
It was at a church that we were going to a long time ago. Unfortunately, when he became a Christian, his family completely disowned him.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
just dynamite people. I would love to go to Iran. I really would. There's so much. There are so many historical sites there.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's not. Although we've got some friends, they're the ones that I'm sure I've told you before. They both retired, sold their house, and I don't know how many years it's been now. All they do is travel by backpack. That's all they do.
that's
And
fascinating.
they have gone through Iran.
Aren't they like independently wealthy though?
No. I mean, certainly by the world's standards, yes.
They're in,
But
they can
by-
backpack around the world for 3 years and not worry about money.
Well, when one was on PERS 1 as a teacher, and the other one, that's another subject that don't get me started, because that was a total ripoff. But anyhow.
For who?
The taxpayer.
Well, duh. That's why you don't get crappy people
When you
negotiating
got-
for the taxpayer.
Exactly. But anyhow, when you've got one that's a retired PERS 1, and the other one is, I think, like an Intel retiree,
Oh, yeah.
and then they sold their house.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about PERS 1, okay? We can complain because we're taxpayers, right? But how many people have gotten screwed by these pensions and these things?
Oh, yeah.
And so somebody didn't get screwed. And they actually got better. So you kind of have to be like, well,
No.
at least
Because
somebody
when
got
you-
something. Right?
No, because they're working for the state. The state cannot negotiate with the state to give you something that is not doable in the private sector.
But that's how unions work.
Exactly. But
But go union.
I'm not a go union person.
Me neither.
I never have been.
Me.
I remember when I worked part-time, part-time UPS back when I was first starting my business. I got into it with the driver every once in a while because I'm just very anti-union. Because come on, you need to get paid by your merits, not because you've been there a certain amount of time.
I agree. That's the one thing I hate about unions. But my brother works for UPS. He's a driver.
Mm-hmm.
And the stories he's told me about management screwing the regular people.
Please. He's making it up.
Well, he's definitely not making it up.
I know.
Now, he is definitely a union man.
Yeah.
And some of the things I hit him hard with the management side. I hit him hard. But he has proven to me over time, over the conversations, that they kind of do some nasty shit. Now, I don't know if they do the nasty shit.
Has he tried roofing?
Well, he's perfectly happy doing what he does. But he believes that the union serves a purpose for him.
No, I understand that.
But I wonder if the reason management is so nasty is because of the union. And if there was no union,
would they be as nasty?
Would they be as nasty?
There was a day.
I agree, 100%. There was a day when that was the case.
Right. However, Henry Ford is the one that started it way before the unions of paying people better, streamlining things, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, didn't he say, how could I feel good about paying my workers a wage to build something they couldn't afford?
Mm-hmm.
Right? He said something like that, right? Which I think is awesome.
Yeah. And so you really don't have to have that. Now, obviously, there are laws that need to be in place because little kids should not be forced to work. However, is that really true? Because
I don't think so.
There's a reason why they say
chips.
there's a.
This needs more chips and more drinks. You could just grab a bag, like you don't need to put the whole thing. Don't.
It's gonna be a long night. There's a reason.
Sorry, Rita.
There's a reason why we call the World War II generation the greatest generation.
Who called
Part
it
of it is kissing up, but part of it is because they went through more shit than any of us ever have or ever will, because they went through the Great Depression as kids.
Let's be clear. It might not be ever will.
Well, okay.
We could all fuck this up.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
That's true.
But so far,
yeah,
in America's
but
history,
the point is they went through stuff, and I think that's why World War II, they saw some really bad stuff as well as our soldiers today. But I don't think it messed with their heads as much because they knew death. They already knew death.
Yeah.
It was already a part of life. Hard work was already a part of life. I remember watching this documentary once. These soldiers were freezing to death as they were trying to sleep. And so what they would have to do is get into a triangle and stand up and lean against each other, because if they laid on the ground, they would freeze. It would turn into a block of ice. So they would just lean against each other to sleep. We got it really easy, man.
Yeah.
And when I see someone whining about their stinking pronoun, it's like, that's when I go, we really do need a World War III. Because come on, man.
I can't argue with that.
Come on, man.
But, I mean, if you want to take the opposing view, David, you could
I always want to take the opposing view.
No, you don't. You could say, what the fuck did they do all that for if we can't argue about our pronouns?
Oh, yeah.
It was a waste.
No, you're right about that. You are right about that.
But there's got to be a limit.
Finally, Devin's right about something.
I'm never right about anything. But there's got to be a limit.
Yeah.
There's got to be a limit to the whining.
It's so funny because today I was helping Chelsea do some, once again, Chelsea, do some
Love
stuff.
Chelsea song.
And I don't remember now what it was
House stuff, probably.
that was said, but we were driving to Ace. I think this was our second trip. Because, you know, every home project, you rate it by not the cost of the materials, but how many trips you take.
Well, it's not that either. It's if you're going to do a project, it's at least 3 Home Depot /Ace /Lowe's, wherever you like to go. It's at least 3 trips, no matter what. Even if you have a full list of everything you need before you go.
I know!
And you can't leave there without spending $100.
Well, we did, because all we needed were the right screw. Anyhow, I don't remember what it was, but I started to say how, you know, back when Julie and I were kids, we did not have, because okay, yesterday, we were talking about this. Yesterday was the anniversary of our daughter's death and my father's death. And so it was 30 years ago that Courtney died.
Wow.
40 years ago, my dad died. And so I was talking about that, but that was, oh man, when Julie's father died, what?
It's I'm seeing the back of it. Sorry.
When Julie's father died, that was her first day at work in Houston. So she went to work.
Yeah.
And I just made the comment of like, because that's what you did.
Yeah.
It's your first day of work. You're not going to not go to work. Not like people today. And Chelsea was go, oh, here we go with the back when I was a kid. Well, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
I had an employee that he's gone now, thank goodness.
Which one?
Juan.
Oh.
That was like, he didn't show on his birthday because he just assumed, well, it's my birthday. I need to get my day off for my birthday. No, I mean, you
give
can
a
have
shit about your birthday, Juan.
You can have a day off. I don't care.
You better announce it.
Exactly.
It's not a no-show day.
He just didn't show up.
You're not in the mafia. This isn't a 5 no-show job.
He didn't show up. Anyhow, I haven't even started my second bag.
All right, well, let's have some more of this.
More rum.
And maybe we'll say adieu to these people who don't listen to us anyways.
Well,
and get to the real problems.
Okay, when we turn off the camera. But we have to do this.
Okay, what do we have to do?
We have to do this.
Okay.
Because Monday is Christmas.
Oh, it is.
And I want to wish everyone a very happy Christmas.
Yeah, well, why not a Merry Christmas?
Okay, Merry, happy, whatever.
No. It's Happy Friday and Merry Christmas.
I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Yes. And
Merry Christmas to you and yours.
And you too, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for being my neighbor.
Thanks for being my neighbor.
Appreciate you.
Aww, and for the next thing you know, when this camera goes off, we're going to be making out.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. These beard hairs are going to be rubbing up against each other. It's going to be delicious. If you watch more than one episode of this, thank you. Cheers. And we're going to try really hard to break 22 episodes next year. Even though I'm going to be gone for 2 months. I'm sure you're going to have travel. For sure.
Yeah.
So, but we'll try. We got to hit 26 one year.
Okay. We'll try.
Even, we might try this Zoom thing. I heard all the newfangled kids are using this Zoom thing.
Yeah, on their what was that deal that used to be before Facebook?
On their AOL accounts?
No, what was it?
Oh, MySpace.
MySpace. Yeah. On their MySpace.
We're gonna have a Zoom call on our MySpace, so hit us up.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.